There's a Native American tuber almost no one remembers today. It has 3 times the protein of a potato, grows with almost no care, fixes its own nitrogen, and survives in conditions that destroy modern crops. It once fed entire indigenous nations for thousands of years. Yet the only country growing it commercially today is Japan, not the land where it evolved. Archaeology shows dense patches of this vine wherever. Indigenous settlements existed. That wasn't random. People planted it deliberately because it was reliable, perennial, and produced chains of 20-50 tubers underground. It didn't need fertilizer or replanting. It took care of the soil. It took care of the people. When Europeans arrived, they survived their first brutal winters because native nations taught them how to find and cook this tuber. Records from Plymouth even mention gathering it when their corn ran out. Without it, half the colony wouldn't have made it. The first Thanksgiving probably had this plant on the table. Then the twist came. By 1654, colonists passed laws banning native people from digging the same tubers. They had grown for generations. First offense, public stocks. Second, whipping, the crop that saved the settlers, became illegal for the people who introduced it to them. That wasn't about farming. That was about control. By the 1800s, the tuber faded from American diets. Europeans dismissed it as primitive and replaced it with potatoes that required fertilizer and yearly seed. Purchases, crops easier for industry to profit from. Groundnut didn't fit the system because it was too independent. In the 1980s, Louisiana State University tried reviving it. They collected wild samples from 19 states, bred more than 2,000 hybrids, and developed lines producing multiple pounds per plant. It was working. Then funding vanished and the project was abandoned. The improved varieties never reached farmers. Japan, meanwhile, adopted it, refined it, and still sells it in grocery stores today. They turned America's forgotten crop into a delicacy. Nutritionally, it's shocking this plant was ever ignored. The tubers carry triple the protein of potatoes, excellent iron and calcium, and high levels of isoflavones linked to reduced cancer risk. Tests show it can lower blood pressure and blood sugar. The beans have protein similar to soy. This isn't just food and it's medicinal nutrition. The flavor is sweet and nutty like a finer textured sweet potato. Tubers can be roasted, boiled, fried, mashed, or dried into flour. They store for months. They only need one rule: don't eat them raw. A small percentage of people get digestive issues, but cooking removes the problem. So why isn't it grown today? Not because it's hard and because it's too easy. It regrows every year, needs no fertilizer, and spreads on its own. That threatens a food system built on selling seeds, chemicals, and dependence. A self-sustaining high-protein perennial doesn't fit the business model. But the plant is still here, climbing fences, lining riverbanks, growing quietly from Canada to Florida. It has survived colonization, neglect, and being labeled a weed. And as soil degrades and farming becomes more fragile, crops like this may matter again, the same way they did centuries ago. If this unlocked something for you, subscribe to Nature Lost Vault. The next vault opens soon.